NFR podcast.
Listen, guys, welcome into the first community day. We're going to be doing this on the monthly. So, if you are new to the channel and you guys want to find out more about us, hit the subscribe button. And by the way, guys, on this episode in particular, we have a special guest coming in because it's one of our fans from our Discord. So that's going to be at the end of the episode, guys. Wait for that going on. And guys, I want you to leave something in the comments section. Let us know when you guys found out about us, because we have, fans ranging from different platforms, either if it's Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all the way back when we were doing only audio podcast. So
and thanks to everyone who supported us, guys, because this is, none of this would be possible without your support throughout all of these platforms, such as TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. We're pretty much running everywhere, man, at this point.
Yeah, we've been running everywhere. And, it's pretty cool how we came up, because we started this only on Instagram. Well, I started my first blog at Further Culture, but that would be another episode for sure. But, Lou remembers that. But, yeah, we started this because we were just general hip-hop fans, and we started just talking about it on, after work.
Every night just hanging out, like a couple of friends just talking about hip-hop all the time. And it was to a point where we're like, you know what? We keep doing this night after night. Why don't we just record ourselves for fun and see what happens? And we never really took it seriously at the beginning, but then as we, kept evolving and, kept, expanding our knowledge, I would say, we're like, fuck it, we can make a brand out of this.
Yeah, and shout out to the homie Mass, by the way, for coming up with the name Not For Radio. It's, he was an original founder over here.
Inspired by the Nas song off of Nasir, Not For Radio.
Absolutely. And like I would say also Tuscan Leather, like when Jake says it, this is
not for the radio.
Yeah, we wanted to use it as one of our intros. But yeah, it's been a ride so far. We started with audio-only podcasts. We started doing artist interviews in Toronto. Then we started doing that when COVID started hitting a bit deeper. And then we started going more into concepts like this. Started doing our interviews and started... not our interviews, our album reviews and most of that stuff. And then thanks to our studio and this production team called the Studio Bulldog, that's what it is in French. I said it in French.
Yeah, we're from Montreal, Canada, in case you guys didn't know.
Yeah, we're from Montreal, Canada. They gave us the awesome opportunity of filming in their studio, so we've been doing YouTube ever since. We've done concepts like the album reviews, what to expect, the top 10 list. We've had a lot of cool guests.
A lot of industry updates as well too, guys.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
A lot of cool stuff. And, we've been running on different platforms. So Lou, I think one thing we owe to the fans is just telling them where we're going to take this project, because we have a number of you guys right now. It's beautiful, by the way, to see. Thank you for everyone who supports us. So where are we going with this, man?
Man, our future plans are just massive. And, of course, we want to build, a hub for hip hop fans where, they can just come and interact with us on, on a daily basis, essentially. And more, towards the brand itself, we want to be shooting content in Los Angeles, man. We want to do some branded series. We want to, really bring hip-hop fans all of their needs. If that's industry updates, if that's conversations with their favorite artists, we want to do it all at a certain point.
Yeah, and you know what? It's been pretty cool because the team has been expanding. Shout out to everyone who's on the team. We have a lot of cool people on here that are allowing this whole movement to go down, and a lot of them are actually our childhood friends. Actually, I think all of them are. So, to a certain extent, we're all taking this super seriously, and we're going to take it to the next level for you guys. And not only that, but, thank God we started this Discord community, because we've seen that a lot of people and our diehard fans, fuck with us there. They get to talk to us on the regular, guys.
Yeah, so if someone is not already on the Discord, how can they join the Discord?
Well, listen, we're gonna leave the link in the bio for it. I would say I think that's the best way to go by it. Whoever wants to joins. But we're gonna be kind of holding it every week, where we put out a post on all of our social medias, including the YouTube community tab, by the way, that we have now because of the 1K plus subscribers. And we're gonna just leave the link there for you guys for a couple of hours. Whoever wants to come in, you guys could DM us on Twitter. We're gonna put story posts up on Instagram, so swipe up on those. And not only that, but as I said, on the YouTube community tab. Also, guys, as far as the giveaway goes, we're gonna be still doing the giveaways. We've given away 10 years free of Spotify already.
That was huge.
That was massive. We gave away After Hours and Alfredo on vinyl, and the next one we have is pretty huge. It's for an album anniversary. So, guys, that's all I'm teasing. It's coming soon, though. And you know what? It's just been a really cool ride, man. It's been awesome so far.
Yeah, it has been awesome. And just going back to the Discord, I think that a lot of our fans, our YouTube fans, and just our fans in general would get a kick out of it, just because it's a hub for them to have general, conversations with other hip hop fans that they can connect with. More than that, we're going to have channels for industry updates. So we're constantly going back and forth about what's going on in the hip hop world. And, on top of that too, they're going to get exclusive info about us, our future plans, and what we have going on. So, I mean, it's the perfect package for any hip hop fan.
Yeah, especially for the people that are deep in the community, because obviously we do auxiliary episodes and stuff like that garner more views and stuff like that, because, you know, how we distribute the content is we have one main episode that comes out on the weekly, usually around Wednesday, and then after that for the rest of the week we'll do industry updates, album reviews on the Fridays. They come out like last time we did it, like we stayed here till 5 a.m. it for our Playboy Cardi one. So
that was crazy.
Yeah,
man.
we try to get that as soon as possible for you guys, and we'll get everything. You know, don't worry about that. Patience is a virtue. Time will come. But you know what? I want to read some of the Q&As that we had on the Twitter, Instagram, and Discord.
Let's pull these up, man.
Let's get these going.
We got a lot of good ones.
We got definitely got a lot of good ones.
The first one I want to read comes to us from...
Hold on. We'll say the first... Wait.
We'll start off with the Twitter one, right?
Yeah. Go for the Twitter, and then we'll go to Instagram.
All right, awesome. So... the first one comes to us from Bobby Steels, who's also a member of our Discord.
Absolutely.
So shout out Bobby.
Shout out Bobby.
And he asked us, who's the best rapper of the 2010s?
I think we both agree that it has to be Kendrick.
It's got to be Kendrick Lamar, guys. Sure. I mean, after Good Kid, Mad City, To Butterfly, Damn, a near perfect Section body 80. Of work, Section 80, of course. How can you not have Kendrick as that top spot just because of the concepts he introduces, his versatility in terms of his vocals, and just how he keeps pushing the boundaries and blending different, you know, subgenres into hip hop, and his lyricism, man.
Absolutely.
Is there anyone that can really spit on Kendrick's level in 2021? I don't know.
Not at the speed, not at the speed or style or aesthetic that he does it at. But, you know, shout out to J. Cole too. J. Cole's definitely in there. Drake is in there. Joey Badass is in there. I would also put A$AP Rocky in that conversation. Schoolboy Q. There's so many different artists that could be talked about. And you know what? It's just crazy to see how far we've come into the 2020 decade. But Lou, get us another question, man.
Yeah, let's go to the Instagram questions now.
I think there was one that I really liked here.
I want to start off with it? Here we go. So, is Kodak Black gonna come out with the most fire album since he just got released? So Kodak just put something out. I think it was called "Is He Real?"
Yeah.
And I wasn't a fan of that. It felt like just some leftover scraps that he had, you know, in the vault before he was, you know, sent to jail. But I think now that he's out, I think he's gonna take his time to form something really good. And, you know, I love some of Kodak's old projects. I'm actually a Kodak fan. Like, if you look at Lil Big Pac or, you know, Project Baby 2, I think he had, you know, a lot of bangers in his day, and he was able to get introspective. So I'm looking forward to new Kodak music all the time.
Absolutely. We have another question by no other than Anna herself. She's been a Twitter OG. She fucks with us. Shout out Anna. She asked, what was the most challenging thing while creating this podcast? I would probably have to say finding our identity, finding like what we want to do, because we tried so many different concepts in the past, and like we had a lot of shit that failed. But you know what? Like once we started hitting the album reviews, once people started liking us for Skip the Small Talk, which we're going to bring back in the future, which is going to relate to another question. Once we were finding out, you know, just the ins and the outs, once, you know, we sort of got the digital marketing training we needed, that's when stuff started to pick up. Also, the way we were able to upgrade our quality from only audio only, because like, listen, we were doing them from the MacBooks we're doing now with USB microphones over the phone for like 6 months.
I think another big challenge is just like, you know, getting people to understand what we're doing, because, you know, they see NFR podcast, they see a nice logo, but, you know, they might not be familiar off the bat with what we're doing and what our goals are. So I think that, you know, we're kind of bridging that gap of being not only, you know, a source for hip hop news and updates, but also just a community, a hub for hip hop fans to enjoy content. And yeah, I think that we're doing a better job lately at communicating that.
Absolutely. We got Rapper Rank shout out because you guys are following us on Instagram and on Twitter. Thanks for the love, guys, on every post that we post. And you guys asked, what's a day in the life of routine for you guys? How many hours a day do you guys put? And listen, this is no cap when we say this, because everything gets sourced from us. All the Twitter content, all the Instagram content, TikTok, YouTube is all done by us and by our team as well. So I would say probably 80 hours a week.
Yeah, it gets pretty crazy.
Yeah, I would say 80 hours a week.
There's pretty much no days off.
Yeah, there's no days off for us. I would also say on a daily routine, I mean, you know, doing the graphics, doing the editing, getting done the recordings, plotting the marketing, doing the rollouts, having, you know, the weekly meetings with our boys and just talking about, you know, what's working and what's not working. Also all the studying time, like, you know, if you guys ever want to start a project like this, you know, put all your effort into it, because you will see it grow, and at a certain point you will see that people will fuck with your vision.
Yeah, as long as you have that passion for it at the end of the day. I mean,
I got my cousin Chris, you know, I know he's a big fan of the podcast as well. You know, he asked, how do you plan on taking NFR to the next level? And I mean, it's going to be a lot of collaborations. That's the most
sure.
I could probably give you guys. You know, we want to continue the collaborations, but we also want to build up the series of me and Lou. So the album reviews, the what to expect, the episodes just on more informative content, and you know what? It's gonna be a game of us trying to get there. And not only that, but you know, also communicating with you guys, also building a strong foundation where you know we could give you guys the best content possible, and you know you guys could grow with us on a different level, and we'll see where we're all at in 5 years from now for whoever's watching this.
We also got a question from Apia G. Marianne. I'm sorry if I butchered that. It's hard to say for me. But best female rapper. Of all time, I don't know. That's very tough. You can give it to Lil Kim, you can give it to Nicki Minaj, but my favorite female rapper right now would have to be Shay Noir, who's very underground. She just dropped a project in 2020 called As God Intended. Phenomenal album, classic 90s vibes, and I think that she has a lot of potential to be one of the best lyricists of this new generation.
Yeah, I would probably have to give it to Rhapsody. Big fan of Rhapsody. What she does is incredible, and how she incorporates so many different productions into her track list. Strong discography, but of all time, I mean, if we're only labeling Lauryn Hill a rapper, which I don't think is fair, because
No.
I think of her as more of an artist, like on the level of like Prince and like all that sort of stature. Then it would obviously be her. But for rapper, I think it would have to go to probably Rhapsody for me.
That's fair.
And listen, you know what? We said at the end of the episode that we'd get our boy in that from the Discord. His name is Nick. You know, he's been a long supporter of us. So Nick, man, welcome yourself in, bro, and ask us questions, dude.
Hey, what's good, everyone? All right, so my first question is, what's your favorite part about doing like this podcast?
I would say for me personally is literally like just going back and forth with Anthony, just because we've been having our debates and stuff for years, and I always, there's always something new to take out of our conversations when we're talking about a new album that's just dropped or just hip hop news in general. So having that back and forth is always the most exciting part for me, at least.
Yeah, I would probably have to say the recording processes. Like, this is super fun for me. The whole thing of making good quality content, going in with a focus, looking at Lou's notes that he sends me, and it's like they're always super detailed, always on time, and like, we're getting good content out there at a really nice rate. I would also have to say, like, planning the marketing and the graphics. Like, I enjoy that part. It's the way that we communicate and we move digitally. So I would have to say, man, that's a big part for me.
Oh yeah, all right. My next question is, if we end up getting concerts this year, what is the first artist you want to go see?
Sheesh,
that's tough, man.
That's a good question, but I'm always gonna go Kendrick. I gotta see Kendrick again. I saw him on the Damn tour I believe it was 2017 in September. It was an experience that I would never forget, and not only that, but I think Kendrick's sets are extremely well calculated. There's art to it. There's a lot of moving aspects and different sort of chess pieces that go into a Kendrick show, and I think once you get out of there, like, you're left like mind fucked for the next like week and a half.
Yeah, Kendrick would definitely be up there for me just because I've never seen him, and like he's really someone I want to get off of my bucket list. But the real answer for me would probably be Anderson .Paak, just because I'm a fan of just his artistry and how he's an all-around musician, and his last couple of projects have just blown me away. What about you, Nick? Who's one artist that you'd want to see if
Honestly, I want to say Travis, because I've already seen him one time. I saw him on Astroworld tour, but I'm about to go with J. Cole just because he's my favorite artist and I haven't seen him live yet. I'm like, I got to get that off my bucket list.
What are you thinking of the off season, man? Are you excited for that?
Dude, I can't wait, dude. That's going to be such a good album. I mean, not album, mixtape, yeah, but I'm just like, all of his releases this year are going to be super dope. I think he could possibly have album of the year, honestly, with the Fall Off.
Yeah, that's okay. I think that's definitely a good take, man. And I got to agree with you. I'm super hyped for it as well. And I think everyone should be hyped for J. Cole. It's just, we just finished recording an episode with Colin from Team Jameville. Shout out to him, by the way. He was the first ever guest that we got.
Shout out to Colin, man. He's an OG.
He is an OG. Dude, do you have any more questions for us, bro?
Yeah, I was just going to ask, what's your favorite decade of hip hop, like, era?
Ooh, that's tough,
man.
Yeah.
Honestly, to be honest with you, I think that as it stands right now, the 90s has been the most important decade in hip hop, just because, that's when there was the whole New York Renaissance and, the birth of the West Coast, sound in hip hop, and just the amount of quality projects, from Illmatic to Ready to Die to The Chronic, timeless music in the 90s. Is it my favorite? Probably not. I grew up mostly with, music from the 2010s, and, it's my generation, and it's the music that I kind of, just gravitate towards the most. So the 2010s would be my choice.
I have to agree with you. The 2010s is definitely my favorite as well, just because, you know, you mentioned Travis before towards the end of it. And like now we could talk about Kendrick, Drake, J. Cole, Schoolboy Q, Isaiah Rashad, Ab-Soul. Jid came out through there. You know, the whole Spillage Village thing, you know, the whole Dreamville camp. You want to talk about good music. You want to talk about, let's say, the Chief Keef era and like Chicago Drill. And then
the whole trap scene as well. Lil Uzi Vert, Playboy Cardi, all of these exciting artists, man.
Migos took me by storm in high school too. Gucci Mane was super prominent for me there too. You know, that whole thing going down. It was always a fun ride. Listening to music there. Future, Young Thug, that whole What a Time to Be Alive thing too, man. Watch the Throne, like
classics, man, classics. Let me ask you, Nick, what would be your favorite decade? And and if it's the 2010s, do you think that the 2020 decade could top it?
I'm about to agree with you guys on 2010s, and honestly, 2020 decade it has the potential to top 2010s, but I don't know if it will, because 2010s is just such an iconic run. Just like, you know, you had the trap becoming mainstream. You had guys like Kendrick and J. Cole changing the game. You know, like A$AP Rocky was really prominent. Drake obviously dominated the Billboard charts and everything else. It was just a crazy run past 10 years, and I'm looking forward to see what the next 10 years has, though.
Okay, perfect. Do you got any more questions for us, man? It's been those are fantastic questions,
yeah,
by
man.
the way.
Awesome.
Thank you for asking those, dude. So do you have anything else you would like to ask us?
I think that's all my questions, bro.
I appreciate you. Thank you, Nick, for coming on, dude. And you know what, guys, we're gonna do this on the monthly where we get another fan on. You know, Nick has been a part of our Discord, and I think he's
so we just randomized all of our all of our Discord guests, you know, that were interested in joining, and Nick was chosen, and it was awesome to speak with him.
Yeah, so how we do, we just drop it in the Discord. You like the post, and if like, you know, then we'll put your name in a randomizer. And if anyone that asks on the Discord, we just send them the video of it. So listen, guys, thank you so much for the support that you guys have given.
Thank you for 1,000 subs.
Oh my God, guys, it's been fantastic. You know, we love doing this for you guys. And this is gonna be the same vibe until I think we get off this hill. So thank you for everything, guys, and catch us next episode.